welcome to EthanLive. Today is Thursday. Is that right? Thursday,
Yes. Uh-huh.
February the 5th.
Yeah. Yeah.
How are you doing today?
All righty. How
Uh,
about you?
good.
Yep.
Let me put this link right here. If anyone wants
Okay.
to come on to the show, ask a question, have a comment, just put the link right there in the first comments. Today, still freezing cold outside, although Tuesday's supposed to be 63 degrees.
Yeah. I got to go wash my car. Think the lines will be long?
I don't know. I was going to say, I didn't know if you were setting up a line at your house. I'll just drive mine right.
Yeah. No, I'm not turning that water hose on until spring. I've
Yeah.
had enough water leaks. The water is staying shut off until spring or the temperatures are above 60.
Ethan, Ethan, here, bring it here. I'll take the top off for you. He's found a peanut butter jar
Oh,
that he likes to chew on. Let me get his. Here you go, buddy.
for those of you watching, just a minute ago, he was sitting up on the couch next to Jeff. But
Yeah,
as
he
soon
was.
as we went live,
Yeah, then he bailed on us. Yeah, he bailed.
yeah, I
Today,
thought he was going to make an appearance.
today is National Chocolate Fondue Day.
Okay.
Speaking of National Chocolate Fondue Day, we're going to have at our next Ethan little Valentine fun event, we're going to have a chocolate fountain. You can
Yeah.
dip your little strawberries into the chocolate fountain.
Sounds great. Sounds yummy.
Everyone is going to get, I'll put the link back out there, but everyone is going to get, um, I have spent time making
Oh
these
my.
small little canvases, and
Yeah, you spent some time.
they're all different. They're all different, so everyone will get a unique
Oh,
Ethan canvas.
those are so nice, Jeff.
Uh, Lots of cool stuff.
Oh,
Everyone will get a pendant to create your own Ethan necklace, some beads. You'll get your own small little canvas right there. Everyone will also get their own little Ethan Valentine card.
oh, that is so special. Very nice. Yeah,
So
get signed up. You're only taking what, 25?
yeah, we can only take 25 because we had to get so much of that stuff ordered ahead of time, like the pendants
Right.
and those kind of things. So
Exactly.
I'll put the link back out there. But yeah, get signed up. It is going to be February the 15th. We didn't want to do this Sunday is the Super Bowl.
Right.
You can't do that Sunday. And then
No.
Valentine's Day, this was sort of for Valentine's Day, love month, but we also didn't want to interfere with anyone's Valentine's uh, plans. So we'll do it the
There
day
you go.
after. And
Perfect.
all of the all of the almost all of these little canvases all have the color of February and Valentine's Day, but you can leave it
Uh,
out all the time. It doesn't say, none of them say Happy Valentine's Day. They might say love, they might say Ethan, but you can leave them out all year
oh,
long. Set them
of
on your desk.
course. They're
Get you something
perfect.
to look for.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
Take them to your office. I love the people that share that they have them in their offices. When we go to some of the courthouses, they'll share that they have something. So it just gets people to ask questions about Ethan and then you can share and then they can join in. So take them to
always a good,
work.
always a good time. Also,
Yes.
I'll put the merch link out there. Don't forget, there's a new design out there, the EAB design.
Oh,
Got
yeah.
the
That's
logo.
right.
We've got some really cool things out there. Today is also World Nutella Day.
Okay.
I don't know. Have you ever? You like Nutella?
No, I can't
No.
believe it has its own day. Okay.
Someone liked it enough that it's got its own day.
Yeah, they
And do
did.
we ever?
Obvious.
We talked about this one time. We were trying to figure out who creates these days.
I know. I told you it's the job I want to apply for in my next life.
Um, National Pork Rind Day.
Okay.
Not a pork
No,
rind. Not a pork rind.
no, no.
Um, it is National Weatherman's Day.
Oh, okay.
What's interesting about this picture that I'm looking at on this chart is it's National Weatherman's Day, but it's a
Weatherman.
depiction of a weather woman.
Oh, well,
You
that's,
probably say weather person.
yes, I think they should correct that. Definitely.
Western Monarch Butterfly Day
Oh, okay.
and World Animal Reiki Day.
Oh, okay. Okay. So, yeah, somebody just sits at a desk and comes up with these, or I don't
I don't
know.
know if it's got to get passed or here's another
Yeah.
one that actually has it corrected. There's two different ones. This one is National Weather Person's Day. There
Well,
you go.
good. And actually, I think they prefer to be called meteorologist anyway. So I think they better
I'm
revisit
not
that
getting
one.
I'm not getting into the meteorologist fight. You can forget it.
If you got a title, you want to be called by it, you know? So,
I thought we'd just jump on because it's been sort of a busy week of a lot of
uh,
different stuff going on.
yeah,
I
yeah,
didn't I didn't have a list because I thought it would probably just all pop up to me. So we'll just kind of go
yeah,
through some of the stuff. We went to um, Jefferson County on
we did.
Tuesday. Was that Tuesday? Monday, Tuesday?
Uh-huh. Tuesday. Uh-huh. For
We went
Demetrius
to
Hebert.
we went to Jefferson County Demetrius Hebert uh, case.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one that we had filed a motion to be the court appointed animal
Advocate.
advocate on. It was
Right.
basically shot down because the animal Cash, the little puppy, is not alive anymore. So the argument was there's not an animal to advocate for, which is complete and utter BS, bogus,
Yeah.
National
Yeah.
Diarrhea
Not
Day.
a,
Uh,
yeah. Right. There you go.
so
No,
anyway, like
makes no sense.
that's who you want to advocate for, right? I mean,
Definitely. Yeah.
uh, so anyway,
Yeah.
but we did have a good conversation with the prosecuting attorney in that case. His name is Andrew Reinhardt. We met
Mm-hmm.
him the other. We also spoke with him very briefly the other day at the courthouse. Um,
Correct.
that case has been pushed to
February, no, April the
April
13th.
April the
13th.
13th. There were a couple dates
Mm-hmm.
before that. The defense attorney couldn't make it. There's going to
Right.
be one more if they don't come to an agreement before uh,
Yes.
by this next pretrial, then it will be a jury trial. Um,
That's what the Commonwealth Attorney is saying. So we hope it goes that way.
yeah.
Definitely.
So okay. Let's look at it from this point of view. He has committed a violent offense and killed an animal,
Yeah. Right.
killed a an animal that's recognized by the state of Kentucky as you've now committed a felony. Um,
Mm-hmm.
it's a very violent offense. Um,
Yes.
to get any kind of diversion, probation, whatever it is, would be absolutely a disaster and ridiculous in this case. And I hope they settle for nothing less than him agreeing to some jail time. That's what it. Um,
Yeah.
that's
That's
what.
what it should be.
That's what it's
Yes.
going to take. Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. But as we go through these cases, we keep finding ones where they get probation. So that's where we get so frustrated. So,
Matter of fact, we were
okay.
there that day in Jefferson
Mhm.
County. Ran into another assistant Commonwealth attorney. Well, we didn't run into him, to be honest.
No.
Each time we have seen him, he has come straight up to us and wanted to pet Ethan and say hello to us,
Yes.
and always been so kind and is always happy to see Ethan around and in the courtroom. And the last case that we sort of talked with him about that he was involved in um, misled us as to what was happening. It was even a case after we left. I even thought about this. That was even a case that they were late on, and we
Yeah.
were going to have to
Uh-huh.
wait another hour just around the courtroom
Yes.
to wait for
Right.
this case to come up.
Yeah. I'd forgotten about that. Yeah,
Uh,
that's right.
and we talked to him, and he even said,
Uh-huh.
hold out, hold off. He could have easily said, "This dude's getting probation. You guys can
Yes.
stick around. Or you don't have to stick around." No, he gave us the
No.
indication of what they offered, and that it was going to be up to the judge, which was complete and utter baloney. So
Right.
all that to say, we saw him the other day, and he avoided us like the plague.
Yes, he did.
He didn't
Several
look our
times. I
way.
mean,
He
you
didn't say
cannot,
hello.
no, you cannot miss Ethan. I mean, nobody can ever say that oh, I just didn't see you because obviously, and he walked by several times. So, and Ethan has quite a presence, so he saw
Whatever.
us.
You know what? You
Yeah.
got, you have to be at the point where you make a decision, and whether it's popular or not, you got to be able to stand beside it
Yes.
and
Uh-huh.
interact with people. Knowing he knew we didn't like it, that's why he didn't talk to us.
Oh,
Uh,
definitely. He
but
did
you got
not
to
want
be
to
able to
engage. No.
you got to be willing to
No.
say, you know what, that's what I thought was the best thing that was going to happen. A little bit like, um, so we, so he Demetrius has been moved to April the 13th.
13th. Mm-hmm.
So then there a bunch of information has come in because Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, around there, this person, Christina Fisher, was arrested. I guess they'd been looking for her for a little while.
Yeah. Uh-huh. She also
Arrested
goes
her,
by, what was the other name?
Christina
Christina
Keller. Yep.
Keller. Okay.
Was arrested in Barron County, but her charges are
Yes.
in Meade County. Uh,
Correct.
so she was arrested in the afternoon one day. Her arraignment was scheduled for the next day, but she hadn't been transported yet. And I was getting emails and messages from a bunch of different people, which I want to get all that information because
Definitely.
so much of what we have to go on is people giving us information because there's nothing to just track that. There's nothing to
Right.
say, hey, this person just got arrested yesterday or even earlier today or whatever. Here's an alert pops up, a notification.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen that way. It's got to
Right.
be all word of mouth. There's not a system where we can just log on to a website and say who has been arrested or
He's been
charged with
arrested.
525135 in the last 30 days, the last 6 months, last year. There's nothing out there like that.
No. No. So we rely on people sending information. So send information if you see something in your county.
Yes, please do. So,
Mm-hmm.
word was they were not going to be able to get her transported in time for her to make her arraignment. We were trying to
Yes.
figure out what we want to do because we were already going to stream live from Christian County. Uh,
Uh-huh.
really told by through some phone calls that Debbie was very happy to make. They
Uh,
both places said that she's not going to get here in time.
no. I mean, I even talked to the jailer. I'm gone from talking to circuit court clerks to to the jailers.
So
But
what
yes,
happens? They transport her late in the evening, and she ends up
yes,
in
they
Meade County
did.
the next morning,
Right.
and is charged with at least three counts of
Yes.
Ethan's Law and 30 some counts of animal cruelty.
Yeah,
She
she's
has,
got three different case numbers with
yes,
all this
apparently
with the
she
uh-huh.
has uh, and this is me trying to gather some information from different folks. I'm going to get, uh, here very soon, I'm going to get some really good information about this particular case
Oh, good.
that I'll be
Okay.
able to share with a lot of folks.
Uh-huh.
But what I've gathered right now is that she has organized or sort of started a rescue, and in several different counties had tried to bring these dogs in or misled people or whatever that allegedly.
Yes.
And so she's been charged and upset a lot of people along the way.
Yes. Yeah.
Her bail was set at between the three cases, $2,500 cash.
Right.
My
Which
guess is
is
she'll probably be out here pretty soon. Uh,
yeah. I
her
checked again and she's still in jail, but yes,
her
that's
next
not
her next appearance is Wednesday, next Wednesday,
mm-hmm.
1 p.m.
February. Right. In Meade County.
in Meade County. Anyone close to Meade County, right across the river from Corydon, Indiana.
Corydon. I like
Uh,
that.
anyone
Yeah.
in the come by the Meade County Courthouse, pop in, see how things go, um, how the
And I
court.
think probably there are a lot of people in Meade County that probably recognize this name because it seemed to be very recognizable to the people we were speaking to yesterday in Frankfurt.
Yeah,
So
there
there
was.
got to be people that know about this woman in these cases. So yeah,
Yeah,
show up.
I think she's made a reputation.
Yeah,
Safe to say,
yes.
she's made a reputation for herself around many parts of the state.
Yeah.
Uh,
This is another case we talked about yesterday, Jeff. It's very troubling that we're getting these connections between rescues and people that are abusing animals.
mm-hmm.
Very, very troubling, but this is another one, like we said, it reminds us of some of the other cases that we've had. So,
Yeah, very frustrating. So we'll see
right.
where that one goes. We should be able to, quite honestly, get Um, I believe we'll be able to get a lot of information, maybe a lot more about this than we get about even some of the other ones.
Most other ones. Well, that's good. Okay. Well, we can use
Uh,
that information.
so then move to our guy Woodford Armitage,
Oh gosh, Jeff.
who apparently, well, he missed. He didn't complete the things he was supposed to complete as part of
No,
his deal.
no.
Um, and then it appeared from the court thing that they were out searching for him. I don't know if he would have called a arrest warrant,
Um,
whatever, but they were looking for him because it seemed like he had missed a court date.
yeah, yes, there was a bond forfeiture hearing where they were going to withdraw his bond. So, yeah.
Um, and then apparently he had a bench trial
Mm-hmm.
and was found guilty of second degree animal cruelty and given a $250 fine.
Correct. This is such a case of the system failing. It's failed in my opinion. I will say that's my opinion. But I mean, this man has obviously mental issues that were not addressed. They tried and then they let it go. It went away. And then and this man can now still have animals because of the way the charges were. So, not a good outcome by any means. And you want to talk about what the judge wrote on the docket sheet, which we found that's a very interesting situation.
Well, I'd like to get that in my hand.
Okay, before.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I'd like to get down to Fayette County and get another copy of his file. We did
Yeah.
that in the past because we wanted to see
Uh-huh.
what the citation said.
Red. Uh-huh.
And the citation did say that the sheriff's deputy observed him pushing the dog out the window, and when confronted, he admitted that he pushed the dog out the window.
Yeah.
Um, and so now that this case is really kind of adjudicated and done, I want to get a copy
Mm-hmm.
of those files again and
Mm-hmm.
see, to your point, see what else is in there. What other
Yeah.
comments are in there? What other little things in there that we have to miss? This bond forfeiture, this bench here. Uh,
Yeah.
I want to see those little things there, and then we will. Then I think
You can
then I've
talk
got
to
a
it
lot more to
again.
say about that.
Okay. Fair enough.
Because you hit the nail on the head. The system failed in a couple of different ways.
Uh-huh.
If you're not going to charge the guy with trying to hurt that dog, and second degree animal cruelty is not doing that, his
No,
intent was to hurt the dog. So if you're not going to charge
definitely.
that dude with uh, what he should have been charged with, then you need to get the person some help.
Definitely.
And
Definitely.
it's you cannot. No offense. It seemed like if he was on his medication, and I'm saying this because he told us he doesn't take he's prescribed
Yes.
medication he doesn't take. If he
Right.
was on his medication, probably would be a very interesting person to have a conversation
Oh,
with.
definitely. Very
But you
knowledgeable.
cannot
Yeah.
have a conversation with him longer than 5 minutes without realizing he needs some
Yeah.
help.
It's
And
exhausting.
and that's just
Yeah.
a case of they failed him on both fronts. They failed the
They
animals
did.
that he still has
Uh-huh.
in his possession and that he's going to
Exactly.
get in the future,
And they failed him.
and they failed him.
Right. And what does it take to trigger something in this man again where he's going to hurt something else again? I mean, I don't know. It's very, very, very sad outcome. Very
Yeah.
disappointing.
So that's Woodford. So then
Yeah.
we had scheduled. And I mentioned here on the last live, I like a judge who answers his own phone. So we got a hold of
Yeah.
Judge Atkins, who was happy to um, allow me to live stream the Zoom docket where Gmail Tribble was going to appear again in court.
Sure.
Um,
Yeah.
so we get the live stream going. It didn't. So I'll put out a picture on Ethan's page later of the setup, but it didn't work
Yeah.
because I did switcher through my phone, and I don't usually do switcher through my phone, and switcher is how we do this whole podcast.
This. Yeah.
Um,
Uh-huh.
and it didn't. It was recording what we were
Uh-huh.
watching, but it wasn't putting it out there live.
Right.
And we didn't really realize that until after the fact. So I have a recording of you and I just sitting around yapping for 15 minutes Um,
About
and
what's
people
going on
people
in
miss
court.
some good stuff. Judge Atkins was dressed
Right.
very nicely in his vest and tie.
He
He had some
was.
really good jokes.
He
Uh,
did.
and
He
and we
did.
all miss it, right? Because
Yeah.
we didn't. But while we are on,
Live
I
streaming.
did get a
Yeah.
message from someone there at the courthouse that said he was not going to appear today. We noticed he wasn't on Zoom. The last couple of times he had appeared
Yeah.
on Zoom.
Yeah. You kept looking for him and said he wasn't on there. So
So we thought, okay, maybe he's in person today. And
yeah.
so we were going
Uh-huh.
to sit around and wait. So then we get a message from someone in court who said there was a deal between the two attorneys and the judge to push this case to July the 1st.
Yes.
Um, so then we get word that he has since moved. Him and his wife have since moved out of state.
Yeah.
But he was back in Hopkinsville that
Mm-hmm.
morning at the shelter, finally surrendering his two dogs.
Yeah.
Uh, I
Mm.
hope that that's not the beginning of let's make a deal.
Yeah.
I mean, he should have
Uh,
surrendered his dogs a year
a
ago.
long time ago.
He
Yes,
was never going to
definitely.
get the dogs back. He all he did was, if he cared at all about the dogs, he should have surrendered them so they could be adopted out. But he
Right.
didn't, because he didn't really
Uh-huh.
care.
Uh-huh.
Uh, but finally, and I have had a discussion with the Commonwealth attorney there
Yeah.
um, in Christian County, and I hope that this is not the beginning of let's make a deal. Like this,
Yeah.
this is the person that he's got a young autistic son. The dog peed on his son's rug, and he took the dog out in the front yard and was beating the dog.
We would.
Uh,
Yes.
Neighbors recorded it. There's video. Called the police.
Mhm.
And if you've watched any of this, you know the rest. We followed him in court. We've been there so many times when he was there, so many times when he wasn't there. So
Yeah.
next
Yeah.
Zoom link, July the 1st. Well, I'll
Yeah.
reach out again to the Commonwealth attorney maybe before then and see if we get any information. Um,
Yeah.
but
And we're
July the
trying to
1st,
stay on, yeah, trying to stay on it because this Judge Atkins was the same one we remind people that gave Martin Hardwig probation. So that's another reason we're trying to stay on top of it too.
another complete and utter failure of the system.
Yes. Uh-huh.
So
Mm-hmm.
July 1st, we will live stream that Zoom link again. Um, and people can watch and they'll get all disappointed all over again. Um, the next thing that we got a ton of information about this week from a bunch of different folks was a dog named
Oh,
Scooby
uh-huh.
down in Jessamine County, who was stabbed to death by an individual there. And because of some of the comments that have gone back and forth, I'm not going to mention his name right now uh,
Uh-huh.
because Jessamine Animal Care and Control has sent at least one person I know of, because I've seen the screenshot, a cease and desist. Don't mention this person's name, or you'll hear from Jessamine County Detective's Office. Well,
Mhm.
maybe somebody needs to hear from Jefferson County Detective's
Yeah,
Office.
maybe.
Um,
We'll
but
see,
this
huh?
dog was stabbed at least seven
Seven
times.
times.
Um, it was taken to Animal Care and Control, who determined at that time that the dog could not be saved and was euthanized.
Mm-hmm.
After an investigation, um, I guess the sheriff's department got involved. They went around the community there where Scooby was running around, um,
Yeah.
and uh, knocked on this person's door, who said, "Yeah, that was me. I did it. That dog was attacking my dog. And so, to
Yeah.
protect my dog and myself, allegedly,
Yeah.
he stabbed the dog." That's the word from, um, that's the word that's been out there on social media, because they said
Yeah.
the
Some
investigation was
people.
closed at the time. Lots of folks in
Mm-hmm.
the community uh, came out to speak out for this dog and the friendliness of this particular dog. And they didn't believe that was what happened. And they wanted copies of open records from Animal Care and Control and the Sheriff's Department. And as soon as people started requesting documents from the sheriff's department, the case was reopened.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Or again, allegedly, it could have been. I try to give folks a benefit of that. It could have been um, animal care and control that closed their investigation. Maybe the sheriff's department never closed their investigation. I'm not
That's
sure
true.
whether it was
Yeah.
never closed or it was reopened.
Right.
I myself called Jessamine County Sheriff's Department today to see if
Did
I
you?
could get open records. Uh,
Uh-huh.
and I was very helpful person that answered the phone. Said, I'm not sure what you want to get. And I said, I just want to get the investigation. You know,
Mm-hmm.
apparently it's online. It's out there that the sheriff's department went around and spoke to this individual. So there should be documentation of that. There should be a report
Uh-huh.
that was produced from that,
Right.
especially if he was the one that said, I did it and this is why I did it.
Uh-huh.
Uh, and she said it was still open and that I could put in that request, but more than likely I would not get any information probably at all until the case was closed. And I asked her
Closed.
why it was still open, and she said that they were
Uh-huh.
still collecting evidence, attempting
Okay.
to get video or witness statements. Um, so again, benefit of the
So,
doubt. Okay,
so it's
let's
ongoing, we hope. Okay.
ongoing. Yeah. So
Okay.
I'm going to fill out that uh, form, send it in.
Okay. See
And
what
then I'll call
happens.
back again in a few days and find out if it's
Uh-huh.
closed, if it's open. If it's closed, we should be able to get more information. Um,
Yeah. Yeah, it's true.
Specifically, I think what you want to get is because on some of uh, the animal care and control information has been put out there. It's been shared on social media.
Right.
I've seen the pages, the pictures.
Mm-hmm.
Um, some of and if you listen to some folks that were involved in it, whether they were folks that uh, knew or helped that particular dog when they saw it in need of help or knew some of the situations. Some of the things aren't right on the report.
Uh-huh.
Times don't match up correctly. Some
Yeah.
statements
There's
don't
some
match up correctly.
discrepancies.
And
Yeah.
so, is
Yeah.
that just an honest mistake or is that a complete? Who knows?
Yeah.
Um, but
Yet
I
to
think
be
it's
determined.
I think it's worth
Staying with. Yeah.
yeah staying on top of to figure out
Mm-hmm.
what happened here. And so maybe it'll take a little bit longer than people want or that we want. But
Right.
hopefully, when this case they say their investigation is closed, they'll release
Uh-huh.
some of that information so we can see what some of those interviews were
Yeah.
like, and
Yeah.
where that led them down that
Yeah.
particular road.
Well, I think there was somebody I was talking to yesterday, Jeff, at the Animal Action Day, and she she laughingly said, she said, "Well, I really appreciate all the good work you all do," and she said, "I'll give you kudos because you all are persistent." I said, "Well, there you go. It takes just being persistent. Sometimes we
Well,
can't. We have to stay on the cases." So,
you get to the point where you've got to be willing to ask the question uh,
uh-huh.
over and over and over again.
Yeah, it's true.
And I'm sort of in the point, and I'll tell you as we get into this next update I want to get into, which is uh, uh, Chesney Taylor, Christian Barnett, the two folks in
Oh, and the
Scott
stuff.
County,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
is um, like you're just gonna have to put. We're just gonna have to put. People need to own their stuff.
Yeah, it's
Like
true.
I'm sure every day I say something stupid
Oh,
or
well,
something that might be wrong that
we
I
all
would need to
do.
correct myself about, or I might have an opinion that somebody else doesn't like, but it's my
Uh-huh.
opinion and I need to stand by it.
Yes. Yeah.
So people need to put their names on stuff. So if you're going to be a prosecutor, and
I
we all
agree.
know these people that need to be charged with something, and you choose
Yes.
not to do it, you should put your name on it. And so that's what
Yes.
I think we're just at the point where we just need to put people's names on it. We put
Yeah.
judges' names on it. If you're going to
Right.
be a judge that recognizes, and I won't say any names right at this point, but if you're going to be a judge that recognizes you did this bad thing, but
Uh-huh.
you're not going to, as long as you don't come back to my county, I'm
You
just going
can
to give
go.
you this lesser sentence.
Right.
Well,
Right.
that's not good enough.
No, it's not. And if they're saying it in public, it's public record.
Yeah.
It's the way I look at it, especially with them when they say that and they're holding a very high position and making a lot of important decisions. Then, like you said, you have to be accountable for what you said.
There are many, and I feel very blessed that there are many people that have conversations with me
Uh huh.
and give me some information with the understanding between both of us that I will not mention their name.
Right.
And
Right.
you will, and if you're one of those people, and I have said to you, if you give me something, unless you tell me it's okay, I won't mention your name. I am not going to do it.
Not going to do it. No, you
Not
won't.
going
I
to.
know
I
that.
might. I'll give out the information in a way that people hopefully won't even be able to tell where it came from. But I am not
Uh
going to
huh.
mention your name. But like you say, this is a public record. If you're a public official,
That's
and
right.
people could easily pull those records up,
Uh huh.
look it up in a file,
Exactly.
watch it on a Zoom link. You know
Right.
what? Then you just need to put your name on stuff.
That's right. And if we start to see a pattern with a particular judge, then we see a pattern. I mean, it is what it is. If they continually give the same type of sentencing for the same crimes, that was their decision. So we have the right to tell people that that's what that judge is
Yeah.
doing.
So we'll see what happens. This is they are all of the utmost importance.
Uh huh.
Uh, th-
Mm-hmm.
but sometimes media and social media will put more attention on one thing or another. And
Definitely.
in this one in Scott County, there was more. I have over the course of us going since Ethan's law has been passed, I've had more people ask me about or want an interview about or a statement about this case in Scott County, Blue
Right.
Phoenix case.
Yeah.
So
Uh huh.
there's more information about that than and this one. I feel like I've talked to some people that have some good information,
Uh huh.
and um, again, people in the positions, the prosecutors, all those people can tell you one thing,
Uh
but
huh.
until you see it in action, it's hard to really believe that that's what's going to happen.
Yeah,
So
that's
we will
true.
stay tuned for this case
Mm.
and see what happens. But again, these two people, and when the time comes, we'll put this person's name. You can find this person's name, but
Yeah.
they've also hired an attorney in Scott County who defended Christopher Jones, who shot his neighbor's cat.
Right.
And you know what? You want to get a reputation for defending animal abusers? Go for
Yeah.
it. Is that
That's
the
right.
reputation you want? Whatever. You're not
He
getting any
made that
Christmas cards
choice.
from. I hope you're not getting Christmas cards from very many people. Um,
Yeah,
so we're going to
exactly.
stay on top of that one, and
Uh-huh.
when the time
Definitely.
comes, those names will all be out there: prosecutors, defense
Uh-huh.
attorneys, judges,
Right.
and I mean, just do the right thing.
Yeah.
Again, for folks that want to be, um, if you haven't already, read that article that I posted that Shay McAllister
Yes.
wrote.
It's a
If
wonderful
you
article.
it, and the importance of it was it highlights that just because a law is passed doesn't mean that it's being used properly,
Yeah.
right? So and she's an number one, she's an excellent investigative reporter. She's done amazing
Yes.
stuff with the stuff that she's done around the community, especially Bardstown, and covering that whole situation. She
Yeah.
is fantastic. But she also
Mm-hmm.
did her due diligence. She asked me a lot of questions. There's a lot of stuff in there from what I said, but there are also things you can see in there where she did her own investigative work and
Mm-hmm.
some information in there. But it's very important to note. Um, Read the article, but she said, what are the things that keep? Why do you think these cases aren't being prosecuted
Uh-huh.
like they should have been? And
Right.
at the very beginning, I'll say I thought it was kind of BS at the time, but I'll say at the very beginning, I think there were the highest percentage of people didn't know about it.
Definitely. I agree. Yes.
And
We
so,
found that
what?
out at the conferences.
Well,
Definitely.
we found out as we called around. So then,
Well,
what do
that's
you
true
do?
too. Yeah.
Then you got to figure out, okay, how do we get? What's the best way to get the word out to all these people? Because
Uh-huh.
we even considered, trying to reach out to the attorney general. Could he put out a mass email?
Yeah. Yeah, we did talk about that. I forgot about that.
But we go to the county attorney conference. We go to the Commonwealth attorney conference, and now
Uh-huh.
that's an excuse you can't use anymore.
Exactly. It's out
Now I
there.
would say that 90% of those people know about it. It should be 100, but there's
Definitely.
probably 90, 95% of people now know
Yeah.
about it. Now the
Right.
question is, okay, so you got a case that comes in there. Why don't you prosecute it that way? And
Uh-huh.
a lot of it, it sounds cliche. A lot of it's just laziness.
Yeah.
You can cut a deal with this person over here, and then that it'll go away, and you don't have to deal with it anymore. You don't got to put any more
Right.
work into it. I'll lower this,
Right.
or you know what? Hey, I'll call up my buddy, the defense attorney, and say, if
Yes, we
your
can
if your
make a
person will
deal.
just plead guilty to this felony, they're
Yeah.
not going to get jail time. They're not going to do
Right.
this. They're not going to do that. It'll all be taken care of. We can get rid of it. Just
Right.
laziness, really. Um,
Yeah.
Now, I have had some great conversations with several different Commonwealth attorneys
Uh-huh.
who,
Yeah, you
when I
have
have asked about different parts of um, the law and why it wasn't applied right, will give me some very good
feedback, don't
law
they?
based reasons why
Mm-hmm.
an individual wasn't charged with something.
Yeah.
And that's all information I love. Like the more education and information you can get, you can make better decisions.
Sure.
But the ones that are just, I mean,
I know.
you just sit and scratch your head about why you would, why do you even want someone? Let's go back to, like, as an example. Let's go back to
Uh-huh.
Martin Hardwick. Why do you give a crap whether he pleads guilty to a felony or not if you're not going to give him anything?
I don't, yeah, really. I mean, really, why push that part? I don't know,
He
Jeff. I
this
don't
is,
know.
this is a person who killed his
Yeah.
dog in the front yard
Mhm. Right.
and have
Uh-huh.
ran from police.
Right.
Is
Hmm.
he safe in any way?
No. Would you want him for your neighbor?
So who cares whether he
Oh,
pled guilty to put him in, like, that person
put him
should have
in
served some time.
time. Yes. Definitely.
Ugh. Anyway,
Yeah,
I get
I
worked up
know.
about it because it's so frustrating. Just if you just if you just do the job that's there in front of you.
I know. I
So to
know.
me, I think that's one part of it, and then I think
It's very,
you probably get into some other stuff around the state of Kentucky where
yes.
it's
Ownership of an animal.
that's my property, and
Yes.
I pointed this out to Shay when I was talking to her. It's not that
Uh-huh.
those people don't believe you shouldn't hurt an animal or you shouldn't
Uh-huh.
abuse or torture an animal. They don't. That's not the case. They just take a step further back and say it's my property, and
Yes.
I don't care whether it's my car, my dog, my house.
Right.
You can't tell me what to do with my property, and it's sort of
Yes.
a
They think
just
it's an
sort of
infringement.
yeah. So those are really the three.
Biggest, yeah.
Personally, I think the three things
Right.
that cause issues.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
And you know too, Jeff, what I think is shocking is when we go into court, and I've said it before, those prosecuting attorneys have so many cases. There's another problem with the system. So yeah, if they find a few cases that they can make a deal on, they're going to find them because their caseloads are ridiculous. I mean, some of those,
and
90
so
days, 90 cases in a day on the
and
docket.
and then you look at that, and as a prosecutor, let's say you're overloaded with stuff. So
Right.
so you can't, in my opinion, you can't then choose these
No,
violent people to make
make the deal with.
yeah,
No.
make a deal with someone else.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Whatever you think
Like
about.
the shoplifter. Remember the shoplifter that stole $5 and
Yeah,
13
why, I
cents
mean,
worth
why
of,
was that? Why were
why
we
were we
even
in
wasting
court?
time in court? I mean, the
I don't
person
know.
said, they had someone on the stand, and they were
Hmm.
asking the attorney,
Yes.
"Do you
It got that much
is your client willing to do the restitution?" And he's
petition.
like, "Yeah, it was a pack of cigarettes and a candy bar. Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
why are we in court for that?"
I don't know. But we've had some of those, and you just sit there and shake your head thinking this is taking valuable court time. I mean, at this point it's valuable because there's so many waiting for the same day. But yeah, $5.13, and we had to hear that case. Or the young girl that was truant. We sat there one day and for I don't know how long discussing that. Oh, but it's like, okay, all right. Let's, worry, like you said, let's get the violent people off the streets. Let's take care of those cases. And these people are violent.
So for
They
this
have
girl that's
violently
truant, let's
killed.
pull her out of school another day.
Yes, and
And
make
and
her
it
come
wasn't
to
just one
court.
day. I'm sure she had to show up a couple different days. Let's pull
Oh,
out
I'm
for a
sure
couple different
nothing
days.
nothing happens in one day in court. No, it's multiple appearances. So we've learned that too, haven't we?
So
Yeah.
those parts of it are very frustrating. But
And that,
so
yeah,
yeah,
and that makes me think of more.
persistence is the key because they're relying.
Yes, it
I mean,
is.
quite honestly, they're relying on people to give up
Oh,
and
definitely.
not
And
care.
not follow it,
Yeah.
not care. Right, right. But I don't know if you were going to bring up Morgan Barrett, but that's another, like I said, frustrating situation
Yeah.
because,
Yeah, she was. So Morgan was, and I hadn't really mentioned her name on here, I think, until last time. But
yeah,
Morgan
I
Barrett
don't think you
was the
did either.
defendant in Hardin County who
Uh
had,
huh.
they found 19 dead dogs in her house. She was found guilty of 31 counts. People know the story. Convicted on 31 counts of felony, sentenced to 2 years on each count, but to run concurrently. The judge, thankfully, made that
Judge
three to run
Simcoe.
consecutively. She needed to
Right.
serve 14 months, and she's up for her first parole review in April.
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
there are some ways once you get into jail, there
Mm-hmm.
are some ways that classes, courses, whatever you can take that will lower your time down by here, do this
Exactly.
and you'll lower it 15 days, do this, you'll lower 30 days. And after all that, she's up to the point where she has a parole review in April.
Right. And the people in Hardin County, I mean, they showed up and we worked hard to bring awareness to that case. And it did make a difference. I do believe we made a difference with the judge. The outpouring of concern for, this woman being back out and not getting any significant jail time. But now she's in the system and now we're going to see a parole hearing. So,
Yeah, so and again, I need to get the Vine
uh-huh.
link out there. If you are interested in this particular case, this Morgan Barrett case in Hardin County, sign up for the Vine system,
Yes,
which is the
it's
system that lets you know when a defendant is getting a criminal is getting out of jail or up
uh-huh.
for parole.
Correct.
And then you can enter her name in there, probably her
Mhm.
name, the county,
Yes,
and then you'll get the updates. And it also allows you to enter some information from your behalf that the parole review board will see.
yes.
A little bit
Mm-hmm.
like the 75 victim advocate statements, impact statements that Judge Simcoe
Judge
got
Simcoe got. Mm-hmm.
during
Yes.
the case. I think it was. I'm going to go out on record and say because of his reaction, that was probably in his history of
Uh-huh.
being a judge the most victim impact statements he ever got on a case.
Yes, he seemed quite surprised that he'd
Yeah,
received so many.
and
Yeah,
and in
I
his
agree.
own very nice, kind way, he was like, "I've got 75 of them.
I don't need
That's
any
enough.
more.
Stop
Yeah.
sending them."
I think we did get that message, didn't we? I perceived it the same way, so I think he made it quite clear.
But he's trying to be very kind about it.
He was,
But
he was, but
but
no,
the
no
parole
more.
board needs to see that too.
Yes,
They need to
that,
see that
yes.
outpouring of we don't want this person in our community. And quite
Uh-huh.
frankly, she should. I mean, she should serve the time that that the
Good.
community gave to her.
Right.
Serve that
Exactly.
time out.
Yeah,
Um,
I agree.
and so the way that I understand it is that if you submit some information to that parole review board, they'll all read it, just like those victim impact statements.
Yes, they all have.
Um,
Yes.
the judge is required to read every one of them, and not
Right.
only that, the defendant
Yes.
Morgan Barrick is required to read every one of them, or she has to have them read to her.
To her. Do you remember they had to leave because she hadn't read, or she hadn't read them all. So there was a time there where she left for a little bit and the judge left the courtroom so that she could read and he could finish reading. So yes, she has to be read or read them herself. Another good reason to put your words down in the system so she has to hear them.
Yeah, yeah. Whether she takes it to heart or not.
Right.
The important thing is that I think that the parole review people will see uh,
Uh-huh.
the impact that the
Yes.
community
Is
thinks about
yes.
her being released back. So
Right. Yeah.
um, let's see the other. thing that popped up this week was we decided to go to Frankfurt.
Yeah.
Was really hoping to run into our good friend Representative Susan Tyler Witten,
Yes.
to
And
talk to her about some things. She has some really good bills that she is hoping to get passed. Um, Ethan's trying to go to another spot. There you go, buddy. Go on. That she's trying to get passed to through legislature this year. One is Cayenne's law that gives
uh-huh.
ACO officers training on how to spot child abuse.
Which
Um,
is very important.
yeah, and one of them is a rabies bill that would allow like train vet techs to give rabies vaccine.
Rabies shots. Right.
I think a vet has to be on site or something.
Yeah,
I'm not
without
sure of
being
the details, but
supervised. Yeah, I
without
think that was.
without
Uh-huh.
the veterinarian doing it themselves, which is a good thing.
Right. Yeah,
Uh, Susan
exactly.
is also a supporter. She's not the co-sponsor, or she's not the sponsor. She's a supporter of the bill to name the shelter any pet, domestic cat and dog that spent time in a shelter or was adopted from a shelter as the official pet of Kentucky.
Kentucky,
Uh,
yes.
so
Yeah.
we ran into Susan, who just we were just walking through the parking lot, and she came
Yeah.
to the door.
Yeah. She just came
Uh,
right up. Yeah. We
she had come
literally
out
ran into
of
her.
Kentucky Animal Action Day,
Mm-hmm.
and so she said, "Hey, while I was up there speaking, I talked about Ethan. Can I walk? Can I just walk back in with you all into this
Uh-huh.
room?" So I was like, "Sure, why not?" So we go into Kentucky Animal Action Day, and a young lady, I think was when we walked in, the young lady that was speaking and didn't realize this until she was done
Later.
was, I think, in eighth grade, middle school, I think.
Yeah, I think that's what they
And so
said.
you hear this
Yeah.
voice. You can see people in the audience, and they're
Yeah.
like getting their cameras out, taking pictures of Ethan in the hallway. But you can't see the person talking. And whoever it
Yeah.
is giving a very good
Yeah.
speech.
She was.
And then afterwards, Michelle gets on there and says that she was, I believe, in eighth grade. I mean, so good
Uh-huh.
for them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, Good for them. So we go back in there, and Michelle said, "Hey, thanks for coming. I didn't have you on the schedule, but do you want to speak?" And I mean, you guys know me at this point. I'm not going to turn down a chance to
No.
talk. So,
No.
uh,
No.
really, just wanted to thank. As you looked out into the audience, there were a lot of younger folks,
Yeah. A
a
lot
lot of
of
students
young high school.
from
Yeah.
Assumption. Uh,
Uh-huh.
Really, just wanted to say to them, thanks for taking the time and the
Hmm.
having the desire to put into coming to a day like that to support animals. So
Definitely. Yeah. Yeah. And it
so
was nice seeing Lindsay and Penny.
we had to see Lindsay and
Yeah.
Penny. That's always
Yeah.
fun. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That was good. So
So that was an interesting day, and then just trying to get back into swing of things. There's a case tomorrow in Fayette County, which is
yes.
Dominic
Dominic
Kenna,
Kennel.
yeah.
Kennel. Hmm.
And was he the one that stabbed the dog?
Passerby's dog.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
imagine you're just out walking your dog in
And yeah.
Fayette County, Kentucky, and you're going to
Uh-huh.
pass someone, and you might give a little head nod, you might say hello, and then the person just stabs your dog.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Hello, like what the
Frightening.
hell is that?
I know. I
That's
know.
this case. So we're
Yes.
going to try to get
Yeah.
down there. I've got an appointment early. Eh, I'd love to get down there because also I want to get to Fayette County so we can get
Get Woodford's.
some
Yes.
papers on Woodford, because you can't have it
Right.
emailed. You can't have it sent
Right.
to you. You got to pick it up.
Right. They won't email. And I want to throw out there too, Jeff, because a lot of people have sent me information or wanting to make sure that you saw the case in Jefferson County here with Christopher Shanks and Shelby Kuntz. It's a horrific child abuse case, but there are animals now being charged also with torture. So it's a case that obviously points out again the correlation between child abuse and animal abuse in a home. So,
And if you want to be just completely, I mean, these animal cases are horrendous.
uh-huh.
You want to be mortified even to the next level. Read the
Oh,
story I saw that you shared with me was WDRB. Read that story about
oh,
what they
it's
found
yes,
on those
yes.
kids when they went
It's
into that home.
horrible. It's oh, it's just it's awful. And they were young children, I think 2 and 1. I mean, it's just the saddest. And now the grandmother has been charged also. So, but there were animals and they have been charged with torture of an animal. So that has come out, I guess, if they as they've gone into the home more. So we'll see what comes from that. But again, if there's abuse in a home, it's not just going to be an animal.
And it's not just going to be a kid.
Nope.
That's why this, that cayenne cayenne
Uh-huh.
law is so
It's so
important,
important. Right.
to give
Right.
people the ability to report back on those
Yeah.
things.
Did you have some conversations yesterday? I think I did. I think you did too. Again, about the importance of the animal control officers, and them needing to be trained to go in and get the evidence. And I know I talked to somebody about that yesterday because they had brought that up. So
Yeah, so this law would train ACO officers on how to
yes.
sort of recognize and report
Uh-huh.
child abuse. But you have to
Right.
keep in mind that these ACO officers aren't even trained to be ACO officers.
No, no. And the turnover, do you remember when they told us at I think it was one of the conferences in Lexington, that they were talking about, one of the attorneys was saying the turnover in that job description is so high.
Yeah,
So even if somebody was to be trained, they're probably gone in a few months. And so
right.
then you have somebody else that comes in who, whenever that training was, they've missed it. So,
Well,
yeah.
and even I mean, just a very simple thing. You talk about trying to get things passed through legislature in Frankfurt that cost money are going to be very
Uh-huh.
very hard to do. So
Right.
find some good online training,
Yeah,
and
definitely.
that
Yeah.
doesn't cost you anything. And just
Uh-huh.
when you hire someone, just have them sit through it. I mean,
Right.
we mentioned that some places where the sheriff's deputies act more so like ACO officers.
Uh-huh.
Really, they're not trained on how to gather evidence for an animal
An
case.
animal, right. Exactly.
So
So it's vital.
yeah,
But
it's frustrating. So
yeah,
that's sort of it was a busy week. We've got
it
some things we're
was.
still going through. These new folks in Jefferson County, this person in Meade County, and this thing going
Oh,
on in Jessamine
oh,
County.
I'm sorry. And don't, we'll throw it out there too. Zachary Rollins is supposed to go start trial in Pulaski. So we'll see what happens, but that trial is scheduled for February the 23rd.
Yeah,
So,
that will be interesting, that trial, because we've seen when we saw some of the evidence and questioning when we were there trying to
oh
determine
yeah.
if there was
Uh-huh.
enough to proceed with the charges, and they brought the sheriff's deputy up on stand.
Uh-huh.
It was questioned by defense and prosecution about whether there was enough evidence to proceed with the case. The judge
Exactly.
deemed that there was, so it went forward. Um,
Mm-hmm.
that now that will be an interesting one, because
Yes.
the cat, one of the cats that passed away that was killed by
Uh-huh.
him, they didn't have a necropsy done, uh,
Correct.
but
So
yet at the same time, this was the one that you know they tried to defend him biting the ears off the cat
years
by
old.
saying,
Yeah.
"Who are we to say how he disciplines his cat?"
Right. And he started with just with one count of torture. He now has three.
Yeah,
They did change it to three
yeah. So
counts
there
of
are
torture.
two cats that were
Uh-huh.
killed in
Mm-hmm.
his ownership, and one that had the ears bitten off.
Right. So we'll just have to I'll keep watching to make sure that there's hopefully not a deal that comes out before they
Seriously,
go to the actual trial.
yeah,
Yeah.
seriously.
Yeah.
All right, I think that's
So,
about it. But
all right.
everyone out there, thanks for watching, and thanks for being concerned. And please continue to send us
Yes.
cases or things that you see in your area, because again, if it's there's no official record of those things, so it's hard for us to catch. We try to get as much of it as we can, but a lot
Mm-hmm.
of it needs to come from people in those communities that see it, hear about it,
Right.
and send it to us so we can put some other eyes on it. And as I said in that article with Shay, it sounds terrible, but sometimes people don't do uh, the job that they should do, unless they know that there
They're
are
being watched,
outside eyes watching them. Yeah.
watching. Definitely.
Yeah. So,
Definitely.
so please
That's
continue to send that information
yes.
in. Don't ever think you shouldn't, or that it's not, or that maybe we
No.
get too much. Send it in because we can put it on a list and
Yep.
keep track of it.
Oh, he's going to make an appearance after all.
Yeah. It's like, all right, I'll make an appearance for a treat.
Okay. Hey, then he was so cute. There is somebody shared a video on Facebook. I think it was Kelsey. Maybe no. Somebody did that share. They shared a video of you speaking yesterday. You and Ethan speaking.
Well, he did the most people were mostly interested in what he had to say,
I know
and he had
they
a
were.
lot to say yesterday.
He did. He really did. It
He
was
really
so
did.
cute. It was right on cue, though. Just as you said something about I'm going to speak, and then he speaks. I was like, well, that he wanted equal time. Equal
Yeah,
time.
he
You
did. Yeah,
know. Yeah, it was good.
yeah.
All right.
All right, so thank you guys for participating. I'll put a
Yeah.
link out in a little bit for people to sign up again for the Valentine's thing, the Be My Valentine's little party we're going to have with Ethan, and the merch link and the Vine link. I want to make sure I get that
Yes.
out there.
Yeah.
It's important for people to sign up for that Vine, send some information in, let the parole review board know how you feel about that case in Hardin County.
Right. Exactly. So. Yeah.
Also, I need to get a little bit more information about this, but I do want to recognize that Tuesday, um, the Commonwealth Attorney Eric Carr
Uh huh.
and Kenny Mattingly, Detective Kenny Mattingly, there in Hardin County, are getting an award
Yes.
for the excellent job they did on this Morgan Bear case in Hardin County. I know it's
Exactly.
at fiscal court at, remember what
Three.
time I said?
3:30. Did you say
3:30.
3?
I'll see if I can get some more information
I
about it.
think it
But
was
congrats
3:30.
to those folks. We're going to try to be there.
Yes.
Uh,
Yeah, they worked very hard on that case,
yeah,
especially since it was prior to Ethan's law. So
yeah.
they
They
had to
worked very hard on it
really
and had to put up with a lot of
a
interesting
lot of
theatrics in court.
shenanigans. A
Yeah,
lot of
yeah,
shenanigans in court.
yeah. Those are
Just
good
say
two.
it
Those are
nicely.
good two synonyms for what like we'd really want to say. So
Yeah,
anyway,
there you go.
thank
All
you guys
right.
for tuning in, and we appreciate all your support. And stay tuned. We got a lot of other cool stuff coming.
All
Thanks,
right.
Debbie.
Sounds good. All right.
Okay.
Thanks, Jeff. Bye bye.
Bye bye.